Hello, people. Damn, you guys got in here quick. I was expecting to have to wait a minute or two. What's up, Lizzie, April, Michael? Jackie, what's up? You made it again. Marcelionio? I probably butchered that, bro. Yeah, this is live. I'm live. Dollface, what up? Welcome to the stream. Louis from Oklahoma, California, what up, dude? I'm gonna remember that forever. So for those of you that don't know, the Oklahoma, California, he was from Oakland, California, or in the story it referred to Oakland, California. He was a truck driver. And for some reason I said Oklahoma, California. So it's just forever since then been a joke. Am I still drunk? I'm not still drunk, no. I actually ended up going to bed after that stream, and rather than streaming the next day like I thought, I ended up sleeping for like 12 hours straight. I'm a little tipsy now, but that's like a different day. I don't know, it's easier for me to loosen up and enjoy the streams when I'm more tipsy. Otherwise it's just... What's up, Loud Cloud? Welcome to the stream. How's Sunday treating me? Cold. Been very, very cold. And then earlier today I went out and got a hay for the guinea pig. But other than that, it's been cold. What am I drinking now? A beer. A beer. Blue Rooster. I'm good and drunk now. Nice, dude. I'm not drunk, and I don't plan on getting drunk, but a nice little buzz, you know, never is a bad thing. Well, it could be a bad thing if you're working or something. So I think what we'll do is I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna kind of go over some stories in this stream. This story is gonna be like a mix of listening to stories. We're gonna try to find the best of 2018. I almost said it again. Well, I did say it again, but we're going to find the best stories of 2018 together. We're going to listen to some of them, recap over them, get some input from you all and what you want to rate them. And then I'm also going to mix in some scary video game. Well, I don't know how. I consider it to be kind of creepy. It's Dead by Daylight. You pretty much got to live. You got to survive. And there's killers like Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, different killers that try to kill you. It gets pretty intense. But I think the best way to start the stream off is we're going to go ahead and listen to the first video that I put up of 2018. Very first one. It's the one I did the very oddly specific title on. There's like, oh god, slurred reading would be awesome. I did that last night. I was doing some reading. Live readings. Okay, so this first set of stories we're going to listen to was titled True Scary Stories from Reddit of People Being Chased by Two Men and One Middle-Aged Lady at Night. Like I said, an oddly specific title. But, yeah, this was posted like a year ago. Go ahead and listen to it together. See what's up. Let me go ahead and mute this. This happened almost 4 years ago in the early hours of New Year's Day. For reference, I was 17 at the time and in my senior year of high school. I'm a male, and I'm about 5'10" and weighed about 160 pounds at the time. I lived in the suburbs and I was at a New Year's party being held by my friend at his house, which was a 20-minute walk away from my house. It was about 1 in the morning and I was about to leave with another friend of mine who lived on the same block as me. My friend who was hosting the party asked if we would like a ride home, and in hindsight we probably should have accepted his offer. But our neighborhood was pretty safe, and we figured with the two of us walking together, no one would bother us. Plus there were probably other people at the party who needed a ride more than we did. We said our goodbyes to everyone and began our walk home. The road was predictably empty with no one but us walking along the sidewalk and maybe the occasional car passing by. It was pretty well lit though, so we weren't walking in complete darkness. My friend wanted to pick up a pack of cigarettes on the way home, so we stopped off at a gas station along the way. When we got to the gas station, it was nearly empty with only a woman at the pump filling up her car with gas, and a guy posted up in front of the store on his phone. We went inside and my friend picked up a pack of cigarettes. We walked out of the store and my friend immediately lights up a cigarette. We reach the sidewalk and we hear someone behind us yell, "Hey, wait!" We looked behind us to see the guy who was in front of the store quickly walking towards us. He looked to be in his early to mid-20s. He was probably 5'8" and maybe 140 pounds from the look of him. He approached us and asked if he could get a light. My friend and I didn't think much of it and he lit the guy's cigarette. The guy thanked him and my friend said, "You're welcome." We began walking away again and the guy continued to follow us asking where we were going. We told him we were heading home and asked him where he was going. He said his friends were at a party and he was heading back over there as he left to get some fresh air for a bit. He asked if we wanted to come to the party. This is officially the point where red flags start going off with this guy. Why the hell would a guy in his 20s ask two teenage boys if they wanted to go to a party with him? We told him bluntly that we didn't even know who he was, nor did we know anyone at the party he was talking about, so we weren't going. He starts laughing and says that we seemed like cool guys to party with. He told us we needed to let loose a little. My friend and I told him that we were 18 and 17, to see if maybe that would get him to leave us alone. He chuckled and said that age didn't matter to him, that he had a brother who was 16 and he partied with him and his friends all the time. Jesus Christ, can this guy take a hint? I thought to myself. We were a little less than 10 minutes away from our house, and we didn't want this creep following us all the way there. I told him firmly, "Dude, we're not going anywhere with you. Now quit following us and screw off." He gets livid and starts screaming at us for being unfriendly, inconsiderate assholes, and that he was just trying to be nice. He then starts throwing racial slurs at my friend. It's probably worth mentioning by now that I'm white and my friend is black. My friend yells at him to get away from us before he cracks him in the face, and the guy proceeds to run away from us. My friend and I just looked at each other in complete disgust over what had just happened, and spent the next 5 minutes walking and talking about the creepy guy. We both agreed that he was probably drunk or high from a New Year's party. Next thing we hear a car behind us, and it proceeded to slow down to match our pace. We see the window roll down to reveal the guy that we had just seen a few minutes earlier, with who we presumed to be two of his friends. One of which was a man who was probably about the same age as the guy, and a woman in the back seat who had to be in her mid-30s. The guy tells us that we got off on the wrong foot, and asks us once again to join them at the party. My friend and I looked at each other, and I whispered to him that we needed to get away from them. My friend tells them that we're not going with them, and to leave us alone already. The guy was silent for a few seconds and said, "You're coming with us, one way or another." They pull over and quickly get out of the vehicle, which caused my friend and I to immediately go into flight mode. We turned right on a side block and my friend yelled, "Run to the park, we'll lose them in there." We looked behind us and to our horror the three men were running right for us. We run into the park and we once again look behind us, and they're getting closer. We run into the dark, thick patch of trees that covered a good portion of the west side of the park, hoping to evade them. I was panicking at this point because I couldn't see a damn thing, and I was worried that my friend or I would trip over something and get captured by one of these sick freaks who wanted to do who knows what with us. We hear one of them trip and fall behind us yelling, "Fuck!" And luckily we see light again, and we make it to another path in the park and we make a left onto that path. We hear yelling behind us and one of the guys said that they lost us. The woman yells to split up and search around the park for us. We bolt towards the bathroom, which thankfully were open, and we hide inside. We took a minute to catch our breath as our lungs were practically burning at that point. We should have called the cops and just hid there until they got there, but at the time we were so focused on getting the hell away from those crazy people that we decided to try and make our way to the nearest exit out of the park and run to my house. We waited for about 2 minutes and we bolted out of the bathroom and toward the park exit. Shortly after we exited the park, we heard one of the guys yell behind us that he had found us, and we were getting away. We looked behind us to see the guy in the distance starting to chase after us. We ran until we reached my house and I quickly opened the door,
We ran inside, and I quickly locked it. We went into my living room and collapsed on the couch. We both sat there silently, trying to regain our energy and calm down after what had happened, hoping they didn't see where we ran to. I looked out the window several times over the course of 10 minutes, and thankfully they never showed up again. We talked about it, and we were glad that we were both okay and nothing bad happened to us. We were trying to figure out what they wanted with us. Did they want to kill us, rob us, have sex with us? God only knows. My friend hung around for another half hour before he insisted on heading home. He left and then I went to bed. I kept thinking about what had happened and pondered on what would have happened if they had caught me. Even as I'm recollecting this, I still have those thoughts. I eventually fell asleep and I woke and told my parents what had happened. They were thankful that my friend and I were okay, but were upset with us that we chose to walk home and should have accepted the lift from our other friend or even called them, and they would have picked us up. Regardless, we filed a police report, and I gave them all the information I could. Unfortunately, we never heard anything about it again, and I wonder sometimes what the hell they've been doing ever since. I really hope they haven't harmed another person after that. I can't express how thankful I am that we managed to get away from those freaks, and to this day, this incident is still the scariest thing that has ever happened to me in my life. This incident definitely made me more wary of my surroundings, and I try my best to avoid situations when I need to walk late at night, whether I'm by myself or not.
Have a good night, Clarissa. Thank you for dropping in. And I appreciate everyone who's dropped in. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Sunday night. Probably early Sunday morning for some of you. But yeah, that was the very first story of 2018 right there. The very first one. Hello, Maya. Welcome to the stream. Glad you made it again. Nabby. Alright. And, as we were going, I think I got permission for another story. I just gotta, like, find it. I think. Give it, find the story. And I'll just read this story live. This was an interesting story. Okay, I remember. Renee asks if my New Year's Eve was lit. I chilled New Year's Eve with my grandma and played some cards. So it was pretty lit. Had like a couple beers and chilled and relaxed. Enjoyed the family. I hope everyone else had a wonderful New Year's. Okay, so we'll go ahead and I'm going to read this story live. This story is one that'll probably be featured in an upcoming video. And it is on the subreddit Let's Not Meet. It's titled, Going to the Store with My Mom May Have Prevented Her from Getting Kidnapped. This happened a couple of years ago when I was a senior in high school living in Southern California. It was late in the evening, sometime between 8 and 8:30, and my mom and I had just gotten home from a long day of driving and visiting family to discover that our cat was completely out of food. I was tired of being in the car, but I did not, tired of being in the car by then, and did not want to go to Petco to get cat food. My mom begged me to go with her, so I finally caved and said yes. Looking back now, I'm so grateful that I did, because if I hadn't decided to go, I think there's a good chance my mom would have never came home. Another important detail. I want to mention my mom's windows were extremely tinted, making it pretty much impossible to see into the car. So we pull into the parking lot of Petco and I look around and notice there's only a few cars, with one parked a few rows to the back of us. My mom says I can wait in the car since she's just going in really quick to pick up food. A minute after my mom walks out of the car and is halfway to the store, the car that was parked a few rows back pulls in the spot right next to our car on the passenger side. I think it's a little strange, but think maybe the person wanted a closer spot to the store. A man steps out of the car and gets his big German Shepherd out of the back of his car and walks into the store. I'm looking inside the store and notice this guy is watching my mom and following her around, but not enough for her to notice. He gets ahead of her in line and he checks out and he stands at the entrance and is watching her check out. My mom walks out of the store and the guy starts walking behind her. At this point, I'm starting to get a really bad feeling and I'm really creeped out. When my mom makes it back to the car, she opens the back and puts the cat food in, and the guy opens the back of his car, right next to ours, and starts talking to her and motioning to her to come look at something in the back of his car. My mom, being completely oblivious, takes a few steps over and is looking in the back of his car. His hands start to move towards his waist, and I immediately start yelling at her to get in the car right now. The guy looks super shocked, as I'm guessing he didn't know I was in the car, and stops talking to her. My mom looks very confused, but after I yell at her some more to get back in the car, she finally does. The guy immediately gets into his car and drives off in a hurry. When my mom gets into the car, I ask her what the guy was saying to her, and she tells me that he was telling her to look at something he got for his dog, that it was in the back of the truck. I tell her everything I observed, and that I'm pretty sure he was trying to abduct her. Creepy Petco. Let's not meet ever again. So that's the story. I thought that was pretty interesting. Especially with the people. Whose mom is gonna fall for that, though? Like, that's something you teach your kids not to fall for. He's looking for a pet in the back. I guess as an adult, you get a little more complacent. You figure yourself, you're more able to defend yourself. I think everyone in their own mind feels, for the most part, they can defend themselves. But a lot of the time they can't. They just haven't felt the overwhelming power of someone that could overpower them. Yeah. Nipple. Out in the wild, Zach. Lady Pitt says, Teddy trying to kidnap people? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Pulls out Zeus and he's like, yo, I got what I just got from my puppy dog. What was my first viral video? I don't think I've had a viral video. None. No video of mine. I don't think I have any videos with over 1 million views. And you let your German Shepherd in the store. If it's like a PetSmart, then yes. I know in PetSmart you can bring your animals in the store as long as they're vaccinated and all that good stuff. I see pets all the time, so I would assume at a Petco you could as well. I was at PetSmart today getting the hay for the guinea pig. So, yeah. Janelle asks if I know where Southern Cannibal is. I do not. Alright. What do I plan for this year? I don't know. Not die. I plan to not die this year. Every plan I make fails. So I plan to not die. That way if I fail, I don't have to see next year that I failed. Then I guarantee that I have succeeded or I'm not there to see myself. Matthew says, not many people watching. Yeah, I kind of go late at night. I was supposed to go earlier during the day this weekend, but that didn't work. Still got 120 people watching that. Especially for only going live 20 minutes. The notifications will probably start going out here shortly. Some people might have already had them, but some people get them later, like 20 minutes after. I'll get a lot of the channels I'm following. I'll get their live stream notification like 20 minutes or so after they've already started. Could be that. Lady Pet asks if Teddy's working. Probably. I would assume he is, but I don't know. Clara says, I'm so glad you take the time to interact with us. I wouldn't be here without all you. Plus, I don't get out much, so this is like the extent of my human activity. Interaction. I do a lot of activities, not much interaction. My real name is Shakira, because my hips don't lie. What makes a story fascinating to me? One that usually I prefer the true stories, obviously, and one that's well written, like they know how to articulate the actual story so you can feel like you're there in the events, and one that's a little more than someone just creeping at you where it's all left to speculation. The ones that are just left to the person interpreting that it was scary aren't as much of a turn on, if you will, for me. Did I have a good Christmas? I did. It just chilled, relaxed. Can you tell us a story? I just told you a story like 2 seconds ago. But welcome to the stream, because I'm assuming you weren't here when I just told the story. Personal one? I don't really have that many personal ones. And it seems like every live stream I'm telling the same personal ones over and over. So all the people that do catch my live streams and catch them all, then I just feel like I'm that person that tells the same damn story over and over and over. Do I believe in aliens? Yes. Yes. I think people that don't would have to be ignorant to think that we're the only life in the universe. Out of everything. We might not have known of anything, and it might not be life as we know it, but of course, there's obviously aliens out there somewhere. I mean, that's just a given. We are not the only ones that formed in this entire universe. Whether it be just microorganisms or whatever, those would still be life, so I guess you could say I believe in aliens. Can you do stairs in the woods? I think there's a lot of those nature channels that do that, where they teach you the primitive survival. If you look that up, they'll teach you how to make stairs in the woods. But it seems like it's pretty easy. Then do I believe in ghosts? That was something I was asked during my live stream last time too, and yes, I believe that we're all forms of energy in some form, whether it be not necessarily religious, good, bad, angels, demon type of things, but in some form we're all energy. That's why we have to kill something to live. Whether you're a vegan or not, you're killing a plant, which is essentially taking a life force. So you need to take life to keep life. So your life just isn't going to dissipate. It's going to get absorbed into something, whether it be plants in the ground or whether it be something else. Who knows? Maybe that's what makes the spirit linger, or the energy, I guess you could say, linger, is the fact that it wasn't absorbed properly. But yeah, I could definitely see some spirit-like stuff. What YouTuber do I watch? It really depends on the genre. I watch a lot of YouTubers. A lot. So I can't really say. Depends on if I want to watch gaming, if I want to watch news, if I want to watch randomness. There's so many channels that kind of hard to answer. Do I believe in reincarnation? That's an even better question. That's a really good question. That's one I don't necessarily know. In a way, yes, but in a way, no. I find it odd, a lot of the stories you'll find of the children, they can recall crazy things of past lives. And it's the only reason I find that odd is the fact that when you're about that age, you don't remember a lot of the things. Like, even looking back now, I don't remember a lot of pretty much any of my 2 years old, 3 years old. All that's kind of just like autopilot. Your brain's just there. So it wouldn't be, I don't know. It's a hard one. I guess you could say, I believe there's a possibility of some form of reincarnation. Somehow. I wouldn't know how it would work or anything, but there's certain things that at least pique my curiosity. Next time do a live video with the guinea pigs. That would not work out well at all. Turns out, like I went to go get a snake, and then I ended up getting guinea pigs. I wanted a snake, but then when the guinea pigs were cute, and I didn't know shit about them. I didn't know they made noise. I didn't know any of that. It was gonna be an office pet. Turns out they squeak and they do all kinds of shit and they make noise, so they couldn't just be an office pet. They need their own area, because if I'm recording, you're just gonna hear guinea pigs in the background running around squeaking, and it's gonna be kind of distracting. So they've pretty much taken over the other bedroom. So I'm recording in a closet now instead of the other area. And I'm allergic to hay, it turns out. So when I go in and see them and get them hay and all that stuff and visit with them, I start sneezing like crazy. And my sinuses go mad. So I honestly don't think we're going to have a live stream with the guinea pigs, because unless we just mute the whole damn thing. But even then, I'm going to sneeze and it's going to scare them, and then they're going to flip out. So, yeah. I know for my patrons, I'm going to get a nice little video for it and share it with them, because that was something I was telling them about. On Facebook, I shared a couple pictures when we got them and whatnot. So, yeah. I'd never even seen a guinea pig until we got them. I think that's why I thought they were so cute. I've heard about them a lot, but I never actually had one. And then we got a couple of them. That's good. Yeah, Jennifer, I'm recording in a closet, and then every time I'm done, I come out of the closet, and then sometimes I step back in the closet, just to step out of the closet. Am I sneezing now? I've limited my access to the guinea pigs today, so I'm not sneezing. Still have some sinus issues because they're in the house with a bunch of fucking hay, because that's like 70% of their diet, but... Moon says, at least you aren't trying to record with a 1-year-old Great Dane pump shotgun. Yeah, that would be a good thing. Our cat alone, the fat cat Thumper, is a nuisance as it is. He loves to come in and just meow and meow. This cat is obsessed with me. I've had a lot of cats in my life, and I know they choose their owners, but like, this one is straight up obsessed with me. He'll follow me everywhere. I have a picture too. I'll have to share that on Twitter when I'm done or something. I was in the bathroom, and it's like a little freaking kid, dude. You see his arm just sticking under the door like, meow. He's trying to reach me, and he was just resting there with his arm under the door as if he's trying to reach me. It's like, bro, leave me for like 5 minutes. Like, as soon as I'm in bed, he's already up there trying to get under the blankets. With, like, it's cute as hell. At least he's a fluffy motherfucker. He's only like a couple feet from me right now. Isn't that right, Thumper? Thumper. Hey, Thumper. Thumper. I don't know if you can hear him meowing. Come here, Thumper. Hey, get over here, fat. Meowing because he doesn't want to get up, but he's getting up. Come here, boy. He's here. He's like a little puppy dog. I call him when he shows up. I don't know if you can hear him. Come here, boy. Oh. At my feet. I'm trying to pick him up. Alright, I got him in my lap right now. You gonna meow, fat boy? Meow for everybody. Meow. He's just chill now. He's like, oh, I'm in your lap? Okay. So, I got my boy. My fat cat. Okay. So let's, I guess we'll go ahead and... Oh, you heard him meow? Okay. What up, bad vibes? Welcome. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you guys could hear him meow because he's so chill right now. Okay. So I think we'll go ahead and listen to another story. That would be... Isn't that good, Thumper? You gonna talk to him? Should I shove a finger in your butthole when you talk? Go wrong. What? Of course it sounds wrong. The whole point. Don't shove your finger in a cat butthole. Is he purring? Yes, he's purring. What color is Thumper? Thumper is, I have a picture on my computer that I could show you guys. I don't think I do. I know I do in my Discord, like Discord, our private Discord. For the patrons and whatnot, they've all seen Thumper. They've seen Thumper. He's always chilling right next to me. We still got another story in that one video. Scary stories of being people in one. That we'll finish this video up and we'll find a damn boy. Oh my god. Dude, that cat is like 25 or 30 pounds. No joke. He is a big boy. That's what I'm talking about. Big boy. Okay. So we'll finish this video. Let me turn off this.
This happened 4 years ago when I was in college. It was around 2 a.m. at my friend's parents' house who were very laid back. And that's an understatement. Myself, my cousin Ted, and his girlfriend at the time, Holly, were snoozing in the living room. A phone goes off that wakes Ted and I, and see it's Holly's phone. Holly is in a deep, pot-induced coma, so we ignore it and go back to sleep. The phone continues to ring, so Ted finally answers it. They've never been shy of looking into each other's phones, but don't abuse the privilege. He says hello a few times before a male voice asked for Holly. Ted immediately hung up and got suspicious as to why a man was calling Holly at 2 a.m. He goes through her phone while I go to the bathroom. While washing my hands, Ted knocks on the door hard saying, "Hey, we need to take her home now." So I dry my hands and he wakes her up and we all get in the car and drive off to her part of town. Holly keeps asking Ted what's wrong and what's going on. Ted finally blew up about the call. Emails he found in her phone proving she had been prostituting herself on Craigslist again. Again? And that he was done. I'm as quiet as a crypt keeper, and she's bawling her eyes out and losing her shit trying to explain. We get to her house and before I can even fully stop the car, he tells her to get the fuck out and lose his number. She goes inside a snotty mess and we leave. When we pull up to his house, we sit outside in my car for a while taking in what had just happened, and giving him time to vent and tell me that this isn't the first time they've dealt with this. Out of nowhere, a black town car pulls up to the right of us and Ted says, "Oh shit." 3 people, 2 men and an older woman, get out and surround the car. I can see that the younger of the 2 men has a firearm. The woman goes up to Ted's side of the car and starts yelling at him to take his ass whooping like a man. I start freaking out asking who these people are as the woman starts trying to yank my doors and punch my windows. Ted says it's Holly's mom and her stepdad and her cousin. When the mom punched my window a 3rd time, I noticed the cousin laying his hand near his firearm. So I flight one and immediately put the car in reverse and drove backwards down the street to get away. I slid into a person's yard because of mud and kind of ruined their grass. I've since apologized and compensated for the damage, and took off when we see them run after the car and give chase. I had never been so panicked for my life. We're flying down regular roadways ranging 50 to 60 miles per hour. I'm running red lights, taking last-minute turns. I must have burned all the tread off my tires because my car skidded a good handful of times. They chased us for 22 minutes while the whole time I'm praying, "Where the hell is a cop when you need one?" When we got to a quiet neighborhood I knew well, We turned down a street heavily covered in trees and Ted said, "Turn off your lights and stay off the brake." I do as I'm told and we roll down the street slowly. I stared into my rearview mirror as we saw them drive past the road that we were on, very slowly, but thankfully they didn't see us. When we were sure we lost them, I parked and started yelling at Ted, asking them why the hell they were chasing us and what was going on. As I'm having a panic attack, his phone rings and it's the mom. He answers and they say they want to meet and talk and get Holly's phone back. In the heat of everything, idiot Ted forgot to give Holly her phone back. I said I'm not meeting them without a cop present, so we tell them to meet us at a local gas station that we know cops frequent. When we got there, thankfully there was an officer on duty. They arrived 2 minutes after we did and Ted got out to deal with them in plain view of a cop and camera outside of the gas station. I noticed the cousin was not in the car when they pulled up. I couldn't make out everything that was said, but Ted handed over her phone. They talked for about 15 minutes with her flailing her hands, getting in his face and even pointed at a cop in what looked like she was going to say something to them. When it was over, he got back in and we drove off. Apparently when we dropped Holly off, she walked into her house crying. Her family was up and immediately asked what was wrong and Holly wouldn't say anything about it. Just cried. So in their minds they jumped to the conclusion that Ted had hit her. She didn't even try to correct them. When he tried to show her mom proof of her ways, she completely rug swept and tried to make him the reason for all of it. I told him he was better off without that crazy and dodged a bullet. The next week was spring break, and we took a much needed trip to Colorado. If you enjoyed this oddly specific video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends.
Yeah, you should be
And if you would like a
subscribing
chance to
on
have your
it.
story
Shut up.
featured in
How
an
do I shut
upcoming
myself
video,
up, man?
make sure you
Shut myself up that way. What's up? Don't be a copycat. Teddy, are you here? I see someone say hello, Teddy. Oh, there's Teddy. What up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Glad to see you here. Now you can police my chat. That was my jacket, not my zipper. If you heard a zipper, that would sound very bad. You just all of a sudden hear a zipper. Hey, Teddy, and you hear a zipper. Oh my god, that was my jacket. My pants. But I'm not gonna turn on my camera to prove it. No way. Do I like Nintendo? I used to like Nintendo back when the original Nintendo and Super Nintendo, and I think Nintendo 64 was the last one I really played. Mom 19. I see ya, Brodette. Christina says, love your bedtime story. Oh, I appreciate that. Alexa says, you've been making me LOL for the last 5 minutes. But we've been listening to stories. Have you been LOLing at people's stories? Let me do a little mod work since my mods are kind of slacking. I'd time these people out. I see you, Triumph. Yeah, I used to play GoldenEye on Nintendo 64. My favorite original Nintendo game, I played a lot of the original Mario, but Maniac Mansion was a lot of fun. The only bad thing is the save didn't work. You couldn't save it really on a regular Nintendo. It didn't work right. So every day I'd have to get on, I'd have to figure it out all over again, redo everything. Because it was an RPG essentially. Like you're breaking into a monster's house and there's like a kill, or like a ghost, and I don't know, it's like a family of monsters house type of thing. And you're breaking in, you gotta steal like moldy cheese and bring it to someone and do all this stuff and make a rocket. It was weird as hell, but it was entertaining. But I remember I'd leave the I almost said PlayStation. I'd leave the Nintendo on just because I couldn't save it in hopes that it wouldn't turn itself off throughout the night. That way I could continue where I was at. But I never finished that game. Okay, so do you guys want to see a scary video game? We can do the scary video game. It's Dead by Daylight. I'm sure some of you know it. We haven't done that yet. We've done stories and all chatted and all that good stuff. I've done recorded stories. I've done live stories. We've been live 40 minutes and I haven't even done a video game. So, maybe we'll, do a game. Moldy cheese and rockets. What's not to love? And they had an arcade in there. You had to go into the arcade and yeah, if you've never heard of Maniac Mansion on the original Nintendo, missing out. There was Operation Wolf too, and that game was like freaking impossible. I could never get past the second level. It's so crazy. Alexa, looks like you're getting outvoted. Oh, looks like you're getting outvoted, Alexa. Someone even said Rocket League. Man, I haven't played Rocket League in so long, but maybe we'll do that in another stream, the Rocket League. We'll do a scary video game, this one. Have I ever played the game Granny? No, I have not. What's my favorite movie? My favorite movie would have to probably be Vile. V-I-L-E. It's kind of like a Saw movie, but not necessarily a Saw movie, but it just, I love it more for the ending. It's more of a realistic ending. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do a game of Dead by Daylight then. Play Minecraft. I have Minecraft, dude. My wife made a black skull of obsidian in Minecraft, and I set it up so it's traps. And I have one chamber in there where if you go into the chamber, you're screwed. You have to reset your game. You can't just die or anything. I found a method where you literally have to reset your game. It's the funniest shit ever. I did it in one of my streams when I was showing my Minecraft world, because I didn't remember which room was the room that did that. And then I went into the room that did that and had to restart the whole game. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pause this fire and try to get it. You guys can the video. Hopefully it's not too loud. I'm gonna try to balance the audio as I go. What's up, Predator? Avoid watching Wish Upon. I might have already watched that. It sounds familiar. I'm not really sure. Okay, we'll go ahead and join the lobby. Actually, I'm going to turn off the lights so I have full immersion. 1 second. Someone's like, wow, look, another fire. I know, right? Seems to be a common theme. Okay, we'll join a lobby. My character's all bloody. She's been through some stuff. She's scared. Now she's got a monocle. No, turn back over here. Give me a monocle. Like the peanut guy. Get your monocle on. There you go. Teddy wants to play. Alright, Teddy, we'll join up with you and play. Alright, so for those of you that don't know, this game is essentially... we're survivors, so we just try to survive. There's gonna be 4 survivors and 1 killer. And the killer could be, there's a lot of different killers. There's Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, there's like Leatherface, there's a couple other homebrewed killers. There's the pig from Saw. Like, it can just be any random killer, whoever they choose, and their object is to kill us before we can fix generators and open the doors to get out. That's essentially the premise. Our object is to fix generators, open a door, and get out. Their objective is to kill us before we fix generators and get out. And like, you get perks and whatnot. Like, I have some perks right here. I have mine set up to be like super sneaky. I got so many firecrackers. I'm gonna use some of these firecrackers. If I choose that map right there, that's for a map. That's a really bad thing. I wonder if I have the one that Teddy really likes. Oh, I don't. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, this game's interesting. It gets pretty intense. Like, you can actually really get into it. If you get your headphones on, turn off the lights, and you get into it, like, man, it gets fun. Me and Teddy will be on here, and we'll have a lot of fun. Even when you're alone and you get on here, it can be frustrating because your team's not doing much, but it's just like, it gets really intense because you'll hear a heartbeat as the killer gets close, and like, there's different killers with different perks, so you gotta try to outplay them. You gotta know what perks you have. Like, I have this one for my running. So like, when you sprint, there's a scratch mark that shows up on the ground that the killer can see for a certain amount of time, so he can kind of track where you've been running. But this will make it so my scratch marks that he can see last less time, and then like this one I can jump in lockers quietly. Like, there's a lot of different perks. It's pretty cool. And the self-care, you can get injured twice. The killer hits you, and then you're injured, and then if he hits you again, you're down, and then he can put you on the hook or whatever. We just need someone to enter this game so we can play. There's one spot open right here. We need this person to join. Alexa gasped. Scary video game playing stories, your maker? Don't be a copycat says, is this a loud game because I have my phone charged and I can't plug in headphones? Yes, it gets kind of loud. Like, the screams are obnoxiously loud. Oh look, we got 2 Claudettes. Claudette is the chick you need to unlock self-care with. I've already leveled her up a whole bunch to get self. Alright, I think we're about to start this game. I see Teddy over there with his firecrackers too. He's copying me, look at him. He just doesn't have the cool bloody pants like me. He hasn't been through enough shit yet. Poor little Teddy. This is Teddy from chat right here. This is Teddy. Gotta get my, there you go, Teddy. Stop moving, stay in your picture frame. That's Teddy. Right there, that's Teddy. Oh, here, take my phone back. Ooh. Someone used a super dark thickening mist agent. Ooh. Alright, now we're gonna load in and try not to die. Thank you for dropping in, Sunny. I hope you have a wonderful day as well. Alexa, oh god. Here we go with the porno game again. It is too. Sounds like when all the girls scream, they like a porno. I'll try not to get hooked so I don't scream like I'm in a porno. I don't even remember the controllers, honestly. Seem to be doing pretty decent though. What am I playing on? I'm on PlayStation 4. That's a killer right there. That's the new killer too. Look at him. Look at him. Oh shit! He saw me! No! Let me out! Damn it. Teddy, I got grabbed. I didn't know he was watching me get in the locker. Am I gonna stream tomorrow? I'm not sure. Possibly. Alright, now I gotta try to heal myself. Boldiso said, I thought that was an outhouse. Those are the lockers you can hide in. I have a perk that makes it really quiet when I get into them. You can't even hear me. But you can still see me, obviously. Teddy's down. I hope they're going for you, Teddy. Because I'm going to let you bleed for a while. Because I know you like the pain. No, I don't have Xbox. Yeah, I think that person that unhooked me was Teddy. Teddy drops everything to come unhook me all the time. Whether there's a killer there or not. He's like, I got you, fam. Alright, I got this Jenny at 99 far on the corner. I'm gonna let that guy bleed for a little bit. Oh, you got... I'll come get this. Oh, no, I won't. I lied. Uh-oh. Yeah, bitch, get over here. That's right. Yeah, Legion can jump all these pallets really fast. I want to get that generator done. Get up out of here, fool. Dark, if the killer's really good, then it actually, you're gonna all die. Like, if someone were to just choose Doctor and come in here, dude, they would just annihilate people. The skills you have as a killer are more than enough to kill 4 people. Look at that person just gliding by. Alright, let's get away from that generator so they can finish it at least. That wasn't quick and quiet, bitch. That was loud and obnoxious. Take care, Matthew. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate it. All right. Locker plays, Teddy. That's what I'm talking about. Heal me. Touch me. Touch me real good. Well, Diesel says, I know it's a game, but looking at the generators bugged me a little bit. Yeah, I would think so. All right, let's get out of here, Teddy. Go find another one, brother. If those guys can't get out, that's on them. Christina, no, it's a person that plays the killer. It's an option you choose to play the killer. Like, God, this noise is so obnoxiously loud. Let me turn this down for you guys. Okay, so essentially, like, the killer's down here. That's a live person. And these are the perks they chose, type of thing, to fight against us. So, like, if they were using other perks, they would have done a lot better. Like, there's a couple perks like Hex Ruin, Barbecue and Chili. Like, Barbecue and Chili will tell them where we're at most of the time. So, like, there's a lot of perks that they can use. They just weren't doing the greatest. Okay. Yeah, they sound crazy when they're hurt. For sure. I feel you, Bull Diesel. I kind of figured you were a mechanic by your name, but yeah. I could see how it'd be a little bothersome. Yeah, playing as the killer's a lot of fun. I like to go in as Doctor they have it. You like electrocute everyone. And it makes it so no one can hide from you. The only bad thing is you hear that screaming every single time you hook someone. So as opposed to me where I just hear it when I get hung, I hear it every time I put someone on a hook. Hey, what's up, Assassin? Welcome to the stream, dude. Good to see you again. Hello, James. Don't be a copycat. This is one of the most fun streams I've been on. I appreciate that, dude. This is more just a chill, relax, have fun kind of stream. Take our mind off of things. Get distracted by the stupidness of a video game. That's what they're good for. Also, do some stories here and there. Michael is fun too. You get to stalk it. Man, I hate playing against Michael Myers. He has no heartbeat, so you don't even know that he's there watching you until you just happen to look around and all of a sudden there's Michael Myers right there. Crazy. Hey, look, I'm with this guy. I know you want my body. I know you thought about it. Come and touch my body. He didn't want to touch my body. Hello, Melinda. Welcome to the stream. How long will I be live, Assassin? I'm not sure. I've already been live an hour. Might not be too much longer. And that's how you juke a killer. A baby killer. I didn't know you were bringing him to me. That didn't work out the greatest. But I'll hop back on this. He laid that person out. Oh, that's Teddy. Teddy, he just demolished you, bro. You just sit there and think about what you've done, Teddy. You just sit there. You think about how horrible you did, and you were mean to that guy, and he had to hit you. Alright, he's coming back. I'm gonna get you off. You run off another way. I'm gonna take the hits for you. Get out of here. No, not towards him. Okay, good luck. Yeah, this game is called Dead by Daylight. You pretty much survive against killers, or you can be a killer and kill people. Look at me, Bull Diesel. I'm fixing this pristine generator. You like that? You like that generator right there? Like the way it looks? Ooh. I will search this chest. Moon says, be right back. Bathroom break and fiance needs something. I feel you gotta get that real life taken care of. Oh, there's a green flashlight over here. Killer's somewhere right around here. You bitch. Alright, gotta get him away from that guy over there. Can't go that way. Alright. That poor guy. He's like, where'd he go? Take care, Eric. Thank you so much for dropping in. Oh, he's got no ed. Teddy, I'm opening the door, bro. I hope you're watching the stream. Run to this door. Screw that guy. Okay, that's you. Woo, there's Teddy. Yeah, we're gonna have to leave that guy. I don't know where the no ed is. This killer sucks, but with no ed, unless we want to man up and go try to get it. Alright, yeah, we're all just gonna leave him, it looks like. Should we go try to save him, Teddy? No ed means if he hits me once, I'm dead. So this is like a suicide mission. Try to make that sound so he comes that way. I'm not gonna have time to go get homeboys, so I'm just gonna distract against it. I was hoping to be able to go get him, but... Oh my goodness, I'm an idiot! I'm dead. Oh my god, I lived. Oh my god, I forgot all about that trap. That was so close. I've had that take it where it takes me like 20 tries to get out. I wanted to save him, but I couldn't. Morning ride 5. What's going on? Yeah, I wanted to save that guy, but wasn't gonna happen. I watched him put that trap down too, and then I just walked into it. I sat there and watched him put it down. Thank you, James. That was a close one. Yeah, if that trap would have taken me longer to get out of, I could have been in real bad shape there. I think what helped me out was the fact that I threw that pallet. Because when you throw that pallet, it brings up a notification for the killer where that went down. So he'll know a noise happened there. So a lot of the time they'll go towards that noise to hunt the person down. So I think he was over there, which bought me that extra time. Yeah, Teddy ran out. Teddy ran out. He was one of the first. He was the one that was injured that I was healing. And then when I was hiding behind the pillar. Good night, Abby. Thank you for dropping in. I really do appreciate it. Been missing you over in the Discord. You have to poke in, say, what's up, people? Should have said, see you later, sugar buns. I wish that they had proximity chat. That's the one thing I like about Friday the 13th over this is the proximity chat. Because I talk so much shit to Jason. It's just funny. Goodbye, Molinda. Thank you for dropping in. I really do appreciate it. Later, bad vibes. Thanks for dropping in, dude. Hope you have a wonderful night. All right, Teddy. See if we can do 3 in a row, brother. Same map as last time. Oh, I'm by the basement, bro. I'm going in the basement right now. There's a med kit in the basement. Bro, if he would have come down here, he would have had me. There would have been nothing I could do. Literally. Oh, fuck! I'm in a trap! Fuck! Get out of here! Get out of here! Run, fucker! Fastball! That didn't fastball like I was hoping. Well, it did, but it wasn't fast enough. He's chasing the obsession right now. I'm trying to squeak away. But the obsession's slowly coming towards me. I'm not recovered because I've been trying to get away, but I think the obsession got rid of him. Yeah, there's nowhere I could have ran. He pretty much got me for that one. I couldn't have ran past him because he would have blocked the way. Realistically, you should have let me go as soon as you got me up. Don't harvest me, bro. I'm dead. Run, motherfucker, run! Oh, dude, you got hit through a pallet. That sucks. I hate when that happens. Alright, I'm gonna try to heal myself, then I'll come try to get you. Oh, he's down in air, buddy. Let me heal up, Teddy. He brought the killer so close to us. I think this guy's about to get down too. No. The killer's going back to you. What the fuck? Alright, I'm gonna get this Jenny going a little bit. I have firecrackers still, so I'll try to use those if I need to get you. I'll head over here in a second when you're about halfway. Alright, he's getting chased. I'm on my way. Oh shit, I thought I was close. Oh, he's just camping you, bro. What a puss, bro. He's just camping the shit out of you. Yeah, he's just camping you, bro. That's so stupid. Well, that sucks. Run, Teddy, run, my friend. Go, Teddy, go! Run! Be free like a lesbian seagull. I don't have any more firecrackers, Teddy. I can't save you no more, brother. Hey, at least I got my firecrackers to good use, though. That you would. I'm gonna get this med kit down here. I don't think this is looking too good. I'll look for the hatch here in a minute, Nico. Right now there's 3 of us alive, so it's still doable. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go look for the hatch now. But I can't get out of here without getting seen, I don't think. Yep. Hopefully this guy's been healing. Let me see your grill. Let me see your what? I fucked up. I didn't think he just happened to get lucky with his guess right there. This guy's try-harding like a motherfucker. He's leaving us on the ground because he doesn't want anyone to get a hatch. I should have just known from the camper in him. I should have just went and fucking hid somewhere. I also wouldn't be surprised if it's someone watching the stream too. I'm not gonna run. You can drop me. I'm not gonna run, bro. Kind of a waste. He's probably the worst dribbler when it comes to D-strike anyways. If I would have had decisive strike, I would have been off his shoulder a long time ago. Yeah, I have a feeling he's stream sniping. He's telling us right there. He's like, yep, I'm watching the stream. I'm watching, bitch. It kind of ruins the game because then you can't hide much, but I'd say this is one of the worst games compared to any other like shooter games for stream sniping. In the fact, as in, there's really not much you can do because it's 4-on-1. But that is what it is. That's what happens when you die, essentially. I'm just happy I got to use my party streamer and save Teddy. That worked great. Death by Spider. That's actually called the entity, which comes out of the sky like that. That's what that is. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll listen to another story. And we'll hop into another game just completely at random and then pretty much make it so stream sniping is obsolete. Not really something you can complain about too much when you're streaming 2 people. It's kind of to be expected. So, not really a big deal to me. We'll go ahead. Trying to find a story that hasn't been too much viewed, but I think was deep. Dude, I have so many videos that YouTube's like, no. Craziest thing. I'm gonna have to make that one a long. I'm going through. I see my creepypasta, the one I wrote for Crypt TV. This one was dinged by YouTube as not suitable for most advertisers. So it's got not too many views. I know some of you that are hardcore listeners have probably heard this, but for the average listener, they probably haven't. A friend with a $5 super chat says, "Hey, yo man, got any raisins over there?" I don't have any raisins, oddly enough. I need to get some for my guinea pigs because they like them. That's what I should have told my wife to get. She's at the store right now. I get some raisins. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and we'll listen to this together, and we will maybe do another game or something. Yeah. Thank you so much, Efren. I appreciate it, dude. I hope you're having a wonderful night.
Usually no more than an hour or two. My uncle, her older brother, would usually come home on the bus with her, but he was a little older and sometimes had football practice. This story is about an event that happened to my mother around 1972 when she was 8 years old. She's told me about it since I was young, and she truly thinks about it and is affected to this day. To set the scene, both of my grandparents ran a restaurant/gas station in our hometown. They have always ran a business of some type since the 50s. This means that a lot of days my mom would have to take a school bus home and stay by herself if my grandma had to stay and help run things. Usually no more than an hour or two. My uncle, her older brother, would usually come home on the bus with her, but he was a little older and sometimes had football practice. So was the case on the day the event I'm getting to. My mother arrived home on this day, let herself in the house and put away her things. She had just recently received a new puppy and knew the first thing she needed to do was take the pup out to the yard to use the restroom. She wrapped the dog in a white towel, this is important, and walked him outside. As she put down the dog, she shook its hair out of the blanket, flailing it about in the wind. It's then she noticed the neighbor's son was staring at her from across the street. This guy was in his late 20s and was known to be very strange and mentally ill, though in the country mental illness seems to not always be recognized. He would do sick shit like killing the neighbor's pigs or skinning stray cats and hanging them from a clothesline in their yard. Real sick shit. My mom said he always creeped her out and everyone else. She said he would stare at her when she would play outside and made her feel generally uncomfortable. She said he appeared out of nowhere in his yard that day, and as she shook out the blanket, he began grinning and waving. Feeling more than a little shocked, she picked up her pup, went inside and locked the door. She began to do some homework, and after about 5 minutes of work, she heard a loud knock at the door. She slowly walked to the window to see who it was. She knew it wasn't my grandparents because of course they had keys. As she opened the blinds, her eyes locked on those of the creep from across the street, like he was already looking in the window. She jumped and said she screamed a little and shut the blinds. She walked to the door and made sure it was locked. She said he just continued to knock with a slow, continuous thud on the door, almost in rhythm. Then she got really terrified as he began speaking to her through the door. "Hi, sweetie. I saw you with your doggy. Let me in to see him." She was in shock. "Come on and let me in, sweetie. Please, I want to see your puppy." In full freakout mode, my mom screamed, "You need to leave now. You need to go back to your house. I don't know you." He kept knocking. I can see the fear in my mom's eyes when she describes that part, and it gives my whole body chills. He said, "Damn it, let me in. I saw you waving your flag of surrender." I shit you not, the guy thought my mom's shaking hair from the blanket was a flag of surrender and a sign for him to come over. My mom screamed, "I'm calling my dad and the police if you don't leave now." With this, the knocking stopped. She tried to catch her breath and shake off the fear. She then got up from the door and ran to the basement level of the home. It was an old house, so the kitchen and rec room were down there along with the only phone in the house. She made it to the phone and began to dial 911. All of a sudden, she heard a shatter from the next room. She looked over to see the crazy neighbor attempting to crawl through the kitchen window. He was ripping down the curtain as his upper body got through, and my mother screamed what was happening to the police on the phone. All of a sudden, he was bleeding from the abdomen where the window glass had cut him as his lower half couldn't squeeze through. Then my mother began hearing my grandmother scream, "What the hell are you doing?" Then the guy yelling in pain and squirming out of the window as she hit him from behind with some tool that was laying in her garden on the side of the house where the entrance to the window was. He managed to get out the window and bolt to his house. The police came. Grandma called my grandfather and he arrived as well after shutting down the business as soon as she told him. They arrested him for breaking and entering and something else I believe that was unrelated. Probation violation, I assume. On the day of his court date, he told them the white flag of surrender story. But this was the final nut on his crazy cake as they put him in a mental institution that day. He may have gotten out and went back, because my mother said he died in an institution. Outside the courthouse, the crazy Appalachian redneck family of the creep tried to blame my 8-year-old mother, and the man's father called my mother a harlot. Needless to say, my army-trained grandpa beat the guy's ass on the courthouse steps as the local cops turned a blind eye. That story has always stuck with me. My mom's had to receive therapy for it, so it haunts her a lot as well to this day. We always can't help but wonder, though. What would he have done if my grandma didn't come home at that moment? My mom owns her own business and works extremely hard. This means she spends late nights sitting on the living room floor with her work sprawled out around her. One night back in 2003, she had her typical routine going, sorting through paperwork and making piles. It was late, close to midnight on a Wednesday, so when the phone rang, she was a bit surprised. My dad worked third shift at a factory, so she assumed it was him. When she answered the phone, there was no reply, just lots of heavy breathing. Admittedly creeped out, she hung up and called my dad. He told her he hadn't called and she left it at that. Keep in mind, this was almost 15 years ago, and we lived in a small town with practically no crime. We never locked our doors and were never scared of dangerous people. But the phone calls kept coming. Every night, multiple times a night. And the person on the other end started talking. He started by saying, "Hello, Diane. You're so beautiful. I'd love to meet you." And things quickly escalated into him going into graphic detail of how he wanted to rape and strangle her. Of course, she stopped answering the phone and she informed the police. But nothing was ever done, and the phone would continue to ring. My parents weren't in a situation where my dad could stay home from work, and my mom truly believed the calls were just empty threats, so things continued on. Until one night he got brave. My mom was sitting on the floor in front of our huge mirrored cabinet with all of her work around her when the phone rang. She ignored it as usual. She was concentrating hard on a piece of paper in front of her when a glimmer of light in the mirror caught her eye. She looked up to see a pair of eyeglasses peering at her in the reflection. She spun around to face the front door, which her back had been turned to, and a man was standing there staring at her. She said they both just stared at each other what felt like forever until she finally saw the doorknob turn. She started screaming and the man quickly ran away. In light of the phone calls, my parents had started locking all the doors, which was a totally foreign concept to the household. My older brother, who was around 17 at the time, was aware of the phone calls and came running down the stairs with a baseball bat. But the man was long gone. When the police came, they scoured our property and came across close to 200 cigarette butts right underneath our living room windows, hidden behind bushes. He had been watching her for weeks. The police also happened to find a bike trail coming from the window and going to the sidewalk. They took the cigarette butts and did DNA testing on them and were able to match them to a convicted rapist who lived down the street from us. Robert Ham was arrested while riding his bike. He went to prison for menacing and attempting to commit a crime. He had many priors, so we assumed he would be locked up for quite some time. The reason I'm telling this story is because he was released from prison earlier this year.
Test. Okay. Now I think my mic's working. My mic wasn't working for the longest time. I had to unplug it and plug it back in. Thank you so much, Triumph, for a $5 super chat. Says, and yes, Triumph is my first name. Your maker is my favorite narrator, and thank you for all you do. I really appreciate that as well, the support. Glad I can help keep you entertained. That's an interesting first name, Triumph. I like that. Yeah, I don't know why my mic wasn't working. That's crazy. Didn't even unplug it or anything. I ended up having to unplug it just to get it working. Whatever. He said he's gonna do a round as killer. I should probably do a round as killer. I should do too. I don't think people have seen how killer's done. What did I choose? I haven't played killer in so long. It's okay. So what we'll do is we'll make it so you guys can see the other side of the coin, and maybe we'll go ahead and wind the stream down. Be the last game probably. Then Teddy, we might play a little after a different game or something, maybe. Or something. Okay, so this is gonna be the killer aspect of the game. So it's gonna be me against 4 people. And I am going to be Doctor. So pretty much my objective is to try to kill everybody. Like they were doing to me. Do I have anything cool to use? Increases my shock therapy. I don't know if I have one that I want to use. I don't know. I guess I'll just try that for now. I don't really have what I'd want. I don't want to be a pig. You want to be a pig? No, I'm good. I don't want to be a pig. Thank you, though. Yeah, morning. This one was a lot later than I was hoping, but I'll definitely be streaming. Gonna be doing a lot more regular. I'll probably get one going tomorrow too. Take care, John. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate it, dude. Take care, Moon. Thank you so much for dropping in. I do appreciate it. And I haven't played this as killer in so long. It's gonna be fun. Hello, secluded mind. I hope you're doing well. Hello, Fang. I will get rid of that pallet. My ruin's in such a bad spot. I don't know where they were going. They already used that pallet. Alright, get that hit on her. Alright. I need this person to die because then I can have my, I have a perk where it slows them down even more. So I'm not actually gonna even leave these two. Might as well let both these two die. There's another one right here too. Try to fake it out a little. I don't want them to get this person off right now because that's my slow down the game just a lot a bit. So I'd rather this person die quicker rather than later because it's going to slow down all their progression from every generator by 25%. So if they go worry about trying to heal that person, I can just kill this one. What? I'm hoping they'll just give up soon. Give up! And I got my ruin right here too, so I'm definitely not leaving. And I got generators right here. I literally have a trifecta right here. That works for me. That saved me a lot of time right there. Thank you. Oh, whoops. Alright. They know where my totem's at. Oh. Okay, we'll get this person too. Now we'll head back over this way. They had ran right there. They really want that ruin. But you ain't getting that ruin. Oh, they disconnected. I think they pretty much gave up. We're not gonna farm this game, sorry bro. I got people watching. It's no fun for people to watch us farm a game. And that's why 1-on-4 really isn't that hard. They got one generator done. If it's a good killer, then you're not gonna win. You can have 4 of the best survivors, and if you have a good killer, they're gonna win. You might have one survive via hatch or something, but it's just not gonna happen. But that's the killer aspect of it. As you can see, I just got 22,000 points and all of them not much. I was like, stream sniping now, you maker? I don't need to stream snipe when you're killer, man. Well, at least me, because I'm not watching anymore. Anyone played Manhunt? I don't even know what that is. But yeah, that's the whole killer aspect of it. You just essentially go kill everybody. My favorite Tech 9 song is Crybaby. Crybaby. Christina says, thanks for the stream. You're very welcome. Nico says, I love his laugh. Did I laugh, or are you talking about the killer's laugh or something? I don't even know if I laughed. If I laughed. I don't like my laugh. Nico says, old game, but somewhat fun. Yes, it is. And that's the thing, yeah. It's my friends told me to get it for the longest time, but I didn't get it till it went free on PlayStation. I finally got it. Yeah. Triumph says, always love your stream. Thank you so much. And I do appreciate the support. I'm glad you made it. And glad you enjoyed the stream. James says, seems easier to be being the killer. It's insanely easy to be the killer, especially as Doctor. That's why, like, honestly, the survivors, there's no reason if it's against a good killer that all of them should escape, type of thing. That's why when people are like 4v1, you know, and they think it should be easy, it's like, no, the killer's got so many tools at his disposal. Like that one perk that I had where if I kill that one person I just wanted dead, obsession, they call it. That's going to make all their generators, everything they do is going to be 25% slower. So that's a quarter of a decrease to everything they can do. That's why I try to kill that person right off the bat, and then they're pretty much screwed. And if they don't kill that Hex Ruin like they did, then they're really screwed. The Doctor's laugh. Okay. I'm like, I didn't think I laughed. Yeah, the Doctor's laugh's awesome. I'll sit there and just shock people like crazy. Like, if I wasn't on stream and that last person would have been there, I would have just kept shocking them like crazy. Making them scream, making my doctor laugh, all that stuff. What's the hardest killer to win as? I haven't played them all, but I hear Legion sucks. I haven't played Hag at all. I don't know. From videos I see, I'd have to say, like, it really just depends on your loadout. Like, Nurse is hard for people that don't know how to use it because she kind of teleports. So you got to be really on it. But, yeah. Christina says, what time tomorrow if you do stream? I'm hoping it'll be earlier. Probably like 1 p.m. or something. My time. Hopefully. That's what I'm going to aim. Alright, everybody. Well, we'll go ahead and wind this down. I appreciate everybody dropping in, and I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for dropping in. Did I already say that? I think I did. My wife's looking at me, nodding her head yes. Thanks for dropping in again for the 3rd time. I appreciate it. Hope you all have a wonderful night. Thanks for dropping in for the 4th time. Just keep saying it. Endless cycle. Alright, take care, everybody. And, yeah. Yeah. What would you say? Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. I'll catch y'all later.